Ugh! But I hate mac and cheese. Just give me the mac and cheese. Yeah, that sounds better than choosing sides with friends that are obviously at odds with each other already. Once we got our food, we settled down at one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. Suzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so that she could rest her feet on the table by her food.
All right then. Is there anything we want to talk
We're
about?
at the lunch table. We're gonna be eating, woman.
Bored already?
I know. Let's talk about...
Say boys and I will never
Boys
speak
is
to
a
you
fun
ever
topic,
again.
especially if you talk about Dragon Boys.
Aw, why not?
What's so interesting about talking about guys? It's not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
Oh, she's Italian. No, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's not an Italian mindset, but it is an Italian taste bud set. And the ditzy blonde thing definitely is an accurate description of Naomi, even though her hair is clearly orange.
Hey!
No offense. And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants.
You guess? Excuse me.
Or girlfriend?
Oh my.
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
True.
Okay. Okay, that's okay, Suzu. I'm not sure I want a boyfriend yet. I'm pretty sure I'm not a lesbian. And
Why not? It's our senior year.
What
Might
the
as well
actual
be a
fuck?
boyfriend.
you were just talking about never, not getting a boyfriend anytime soon. And it's... okay.
Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
Well... You see, I'm always hanging around you two losers, and so I'm not very approachable at all. It wasn't really about wanting a relationship, but more of there was no one interesting enough to be in a relationship with. I could only date vampires and hot werewolves, naturally. She should really do something with her hair, too. Natural like that is very, very nice. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to put, at least a little bit of it on. Don't get me wrong, I'm an open person, but there are not many interesting guys in the school to go out with. Who knows? Time will tell. Naomi looked at me, wanting to continue the conversation. However, before she could speak, the speakers in the cafeteria started up, and an announcement echoed through the cafeteria. $5 it's for a school dance.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office.
Oh shit, I'm in
Please
trouble.
bring your things with you.
Okay, yeah, I owe everyone here $5 now. But it is a $5 I'm willing to pay for being in trouble. Let's go.
Oh my.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally
One
come
of
to get
us.
you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Suzu, don't joke around. What if it's
How
serious?
serious? Okay.
Ah, fine. If something happens, just call us.
Funny enough, Something did happen. Golly gee, I wonder what could happen in this dating sim. And it was certainly no laughing matter. Your parents died. Tell me your parents died. Cold. It was really cold. The rain became heavier that afternoon, accompanied by rolling thunder now and then. The skies had turned dark, though I couldn't see any of it under the black umbrella. Yep, her parents are dead. And of course, naturally, it's raining, because it's a sad time. Not that I was looking up. In fact, looking up was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me. All I could see was the damp grass underneath my feet. Only the monotone eulogies that floated through my ears reminded me that I was at a funeral. Yep. It was only when the speeches ended that I was finally able to raise my head. Oh, it's just her dad. Which is still horrible, mind you, but... A small gathering of people, mostly made of relatives that I didn't even know, were related to me, were huddled around a simple small grave. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops on umbrellas. If it weren't raining, everything would probably be in a heavy silence. I looked beside me, where my father was standing. What? So this is... Grandfather, I'm confused. I looked beside me, where my father... okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I looked beside me, where my father was standing and holding up a large black umbrella for our small family of 3. His face was emotionless, a strange sight next to my weeping mother. I wondered what was going through his mind. After all, etched into the smooth gray tombstone before us was his father's name. My grandfather, I would not make it as a voice actor at all. Okay. My grandfather, the one who raised me like his own daughter, had passed away that day. The ceremony was small. Only close family were allowed to come. Slowly, though, people began to leave, leaving my father, mother, and me behind at the grave. A man dressed in a clean black suit under the uniform black umbrella of the funeral attendees walked toward us, introducing himself as grandfather's lawyer. He pulled out a few documents from his suitcase and began to read aloud its contents.
And now, I shall read Harold Anderson's last will and testament.
Only my parents and I were allowed to be present for my grandfather's will. It was under the strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why. What, did you inherit a mansion full of boys? Is that where this goes?
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate. All the furniture and decor that resides within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
What? I couldn't believe my ears. I had earned the family estate? At 18? That was impossible. And yet, it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to her? Why am
I am sensing hostility from my own father. Ha ha ha. Oh, she's pretty.
Here.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson
Yeah, my
Toys
mom is
Company?
pretty. Look at her. I mean, my real life mom is pretty too, but I mean, in-game mom is very, very pretty. I mean, look at the hair. But she has the hairstyle of death for anime. Not too badly, but if she grew it out just a little bit, okay.
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give in.
I had
What a
hoped my
stubborn
father
old
would be
man.
more endearing. Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
About the estate. Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Are you sure we should?
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Honey, what do you think?
This is a lot to take in. I really wasn't sure what to say. What did my grandfather think? That I was... Oh, what? Yep, voice acting. Definitely not my future. I really wasn't sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think that I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little
Wow,
heiress
my
needs some
father
time
is a
to
complete
adjust.
asshole.
David!
Even though she raised her voice, my dadly wordlessly began walking back to the car, disinterested. Wow. He might as well have fucking disowned me.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
Was he like this before? You can go ahead to the car, Mom. I think I need some time alone with Grandpa.
Oh, of course.
Thank you, caring and
Take all
understanding
the
mother.
time you need.
She gave me a quick hug, and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which was completely empty, save for the sullen-looking grave that was laid in front of me. I should probably save before my computer crashes. Hold on. How do I save? There are quite a few empty slots. Boop. And then I head back. Okay. That was pretty easy for saving mechanics. Okay. I'm sure that if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all of this, it would have been much different. Technically he was, but It was blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family the same day they pass away? Well, I mean, if you're gonna have a viewing, you might not want to wait too long, 'cause the body decays at a rather fast... okay. Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys, and yet the grave was a mere stone slab on the ground, void of any children's toys. My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. Wow. Okay, time. The mother says that the father was greatly affected by his passing, and that turned him into a douche. But I'm sensing that he was probably a douche beforehand, because if it's his father's death that affected his passing, would he say anything about a CEO position? Would he have done this ugly-ass gravestone for his beloved father? No. No. I call bullshit. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful. Oh, there we go. There it is. Sorry, Grandpa. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob. You told me to stay strong, but right now, I'm the farthest from it. Like that one time, a long time ago. She's a very ugly crier.
so good to see
I
you
was
again,
swept into a
sweetie.
giant bear hug, and we both laughed as he swung me around like an airplane. It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful, even as I grew older. Sorry that Daddy couldn't be here today. I'm not voice acting, not in my future at all. Sorry that Daddy couldn't be here today. He said that he wasn't feeling too good again. It had always been like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing that he was busy with work or wasn't feeling well.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around
Yeah,
next
okay,
time.
so he was a
Enjoy
douche
here,
before
right?
Grandfather died. Yeah, what are we gonna do today, Grandpa? Mommy says that there's a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go?
Oh, I would love to, but I've been so busy with the company these days. We're actually
Hells
working
yeah.
on a little something. Would you like to see?
Yes, ooh, is that a toy?
It is. I was designing a new line of them, but I feel like something's missing.
Of
I don't
course!
think you could help me out, could you?
He placed the toy in my hands with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted, and obviously a lot of work was put into it. There was one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I think the heart on its chest should light up when you hug it. It'll be like it's alive, and it can be like a little nightlight before you sleep. And I like nightlights because I'm a little scared of the dark. He stroked his chin, considering my input while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea. I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, dear. You always know what to ask to get the perfect toy.
Well, I hope I can be like you one day, Grandpa. Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides,
That makes
you
sense.
should do what makes you happy
Daddy
as well.
doesn't think of it the same way, though.
Your father.
I'm not
sure
so
he just
sure
wants the
about
best for you.
that. He
Sweetie,
bent down to look at me eye level, with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that. And you need to love
I
him
don't
just
hate
as
Daddy. I really do love him. I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past. But it's nothing that you
I
should
had
be
heard
concerned about.
tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter. But it was clear that whatever happened set up a wall between them. It's hard, though, trying to pretend as if nothing were wrong.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong. You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world. But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you. Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me.
How
We'll
can
stand
you be
together
so
to the
sure
world.
of that?
Because we'll be right here.
He pointed his finger to my
And
head first, and then pointed at my chest.
So stay
For
strong.
a moment,
Promise?
he looked almost sad, pleading. But as quickly as it had come, the expression disappeared from his face, and he was all smiles once again. Promise. Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out a great burst of laughter and stood up.
Alright then, enough of that. How about I whip up some special homemade dessert? I know I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk.
Homemade
and eat,
dessert?
cook and do some
I'll race you to the kitchen.
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
Oh, that was adorable. I actually fucking hate lasagna. Okay.
It's
It has
about
been
time we took off those
5
dreary
minutes
black
since
clothes.
we have gotten home. Literally 5 seconds in game. Or maybe it's more of a but I think in this particular section I would have been more like
Of course
Well,
I do.
everything's fine and I'm so angry I forgot how to use words. Okay.